Hey friend, today I wanted to mix it up and show you my top favorite art supplies that are must-haves from the brand of paint I use, from the watercolor paper I use, brushes, and more. So in these next few clips, you're gonna get the full lowdown on all the art supplies I use, and I have them linked in the description below. Let's talk watercolor paint. So my favorite brand of watercolor paint is Winsor & Newton. It's also the brand my grandfather painted with. He was a professional watercolor artist. He taught watercolor workshops in, I believe it was Glacier and Yellowstone, and he was also a high school art teacher, and this was his favorite brand. It's my favorite brand as well. I personally like to squeeze out the paint onto my paint palette here and let it set overnight before I use it. I usually try to invest in the larger size tubes. You can also get the paint in a half pan set as well, but after years of trying out which colors I love, I just find that this is the most cost-effective way by getting the larger tubes. And they also have these other size tubes as well that are so cute. They're like literally the size of my pinky. But Winsor & Newton is a fantastic brand. Very richly pigmented, a little goes a long way. It's just a really good quality and it just glides across the watercolor paper so beautifully. Two other brands I know people have mentioned that they enjoy that I haven't tried, but just something to compare to would be like My Mary. It's an Italian-based watercolor brand, and then also Daniel Smith I've heard people really like. But Winsor & Newton is my personal favorite, tried and true watercolor paint brand, and I will link again all of the colors I use in my paint palette to my Amazon storefront. I also wanted to mention I do use my my white gouache by Winsor & Newton. This is fantastic to use for stars, for a watercolor galaxy. Anytime you need some white kind of opaque quality to a landscape, this is a fantastic thing to have on hand. And I also wanted to mention, I did do a watercolor video on all the colors I have here in my paint palette. You can go ahead and screenshot this if you would like, or I will also link the video in the description below where I go over all the colors of my palette. And I also have a secondary video where I talk about my top 12 absolute must-haves, just to kind of niche it down even further from there. Side note, I also wanted to add that Queen Victoria happened to also use Winsor & Newton. She loved watercolor painting, and this was the brand that she used. So that's pretty cool to learn. For watercolor paper, I really enjoy using the Canson 9x12 140 pound cold press paper. And the 9x12 inch is nice because that's also a standard frame size, but you can always cut it down to a standard 8x10 inch. And I do also have a Canson notepad that's 18x24 inches. If I want to do a larger scale painting, I'll just measure and cut it down. Sometimes I like to keep it at 18x24, but you can cut it down to 11x14 or even 16x20 inches, which with a larger pad like that. But my tried and true favorite is definitely this 9x12 inch size. Something I love to also have on hand for watercolor paper is a 7x10 inch spiral bound watercolor notebook. And this is what I actually use for my YouTube tutorials. So I just take the time to tape down the edges, so that way the paper stays nice and flat. And with that, I am able to paint like these smaller 5x7 inch paintings after I tape it down. And it's so nice just to have a notebook just to flip through and look at all the different landscapes I've gotten to practice alongside you guys with my tutorials. These have been so much fun to do. And I think just having a very approachable size, being 5x7 inches once it's taped down, is very doable and just more approachable overall when painting landscapes. And if there's ever a landscape that I really enjoy doing, sometimes I'll do a larger one after I do the miniature one, because I just find there's certain ones I just want to have in a larger scale. But this notepad is definitely a great one to practice with. and I am actually listing all of my original YouTube demo paintings, and I just finished listing them all, and so be sure to check out the link below to check out some of my original artwork. Something that I wish I had gotten sooner in my watercolor journey would be this masking fluid. And this is basically something that you rub on or paint on onto your landscapes or any kind of painting that you want a certain area to be blocked off while you do a wash or other element to the painting, so that way it doesn't get saturated by something else. So for example, I used just like a craft grade brush, just like this, not one of my nice Princeton brushes, and I painted the kind of silhouette shapes of the stems, leaves, and flowers for this poppy painting, which is also a tutorial on my YouTube channel. And then I allowed it to dry, and then I peeled off all of the masking fluid. And I peeled off the masking fluid after I painted this background. So what was nice is I was able to paint the background, not worry about painting over the shapes that I laid out using the masking fluid. And so it's just a really helpful tool to have on hand, and I wish I had gotten this sooner. Again, I probably started using this maybe a little over a year ago, and I've been painting watercolor for like 13 years. So don't be like me, get yourself one of these. Next up, I have my paintbrushes that I keep in a mason jar, and I love the brand Princeton. That is my favorite go-to brand. They have a bunch of different lines within the Princeton brand. I have a combination of the Aqua Elite, the Heritage, and the Velvet Touch series. I think that if I had to choose, my favorite would be the Heritage one. And then aside from the Princeton brushes, I always keep on hand a couple brushes that are like just cheaper, like grade, that I can use whenever I want to use masking fluid. Masking fluid is that kind of substance that almost like a liquid glue that you could put on your paper and let dry and then peel it off if you want to block off any areas from the paint going over on top of. So I always have a couple of those on hand if I decide to work on a landscape that requires that, because once you use a brush with the masking fluid, you unfortunately have to just toss it. So that's just something to keep in mind. I would not recommend using your Princeton brushes for the masking fluid. But if I had to choose my top 3 brushes, like as far as sizes, I use a size 16 round brush. I also frequently use a size 6 brush and a size 2. I would say these are my absolute non-negotiable top 3 sizes from Princeton. And then these are just some bonus sizes. I've got a size 8, size 12, size 4, and a few duplicates of size 6 that I've used as well. So yeah, those would be my absolute top brushes that I would choose from. Another thing I like to use that you don't see but I always have on hand is an old dish towel instead of a paper towel. This just lasts forever. You can wash it once it gets too far gone with too much pigment. But what's great is that it's way more absorbable than just a paper towel, and it'll just go a long way with that. And it's more cost effective and environment friendly. So I love to always have one of these on hand between just needing to clean my brush off. It's just a really convenient thing to have. Also, a very necessary art supply to have on hand with watercolor, and it kind of goes without saying, is water. And I just like to use a mason jar, just super easy, simple. Instead of a plastic cup, I just like having this, and I can always rewash it and reuse it if some of the paint residue gets a little too much, which I think I'm just about almost at that point. But these are just great to have on hand. Something I love to use is this Painter's Mate green painter's tape, and this tape in particular, I have tried many other brands, does not really stick much to the paper, meaning it doesn't peel the paper back, if that makes sense. So I really love that. Other brands I've tried have done that, but this one is absolutely my favorite. And I use this tape to tape down my watercolor paintings, especially for YouTube. You have probably seen this if you've seen any of my tutorials. I absolutely love using this, and it just peels off really great. And I can either easily tear it with my hand or just a scissor, and it just goes on really simply. And if I set this down and really rub it on there, it still peels off really easily and cleanly, with also blocking any paint from going in areas that I don't want it to. But the main purpose that I use it for is to hold my paper down. So if I'm using it with this notebook, I'll just make sure to have a little extra on hand, and then I will kind of tuck it around and behind, and that just kind of helps keep the page flat. And I will do this even for 9x12 or 11x14 inch paintings. I'll just kind of sometimes even tape it directly onto my desk, my wood desk, and it peels off very cleanly and works great just to keep your landscapes nice and flat. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that was helpful, just to kind of eliminate maybe some of the decision fatigue with art supplies with using watercolor. And as always, you can check the description below for everything I've mentioned in this video. And be sure to like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any further videos and landscape tutorials. I would love to hear what art supplies you use if you work with watercolor, maybe what your favorite colors are or brand of paper, etc. It's so fun hearing what you also enjoy using.